trains. Yes, we'll be talking about trains too, but what can be the general topic?
Station. About station.
Yes, Amreen, thank you. Today we're going to talk about transportation. And let me ask you another question. What is the most popular means of transportation in your country? And if you can answer, why? You can raise your hand or open your microphone. Yes, I see Sabri's hand.
We use a lot of cars, mostly.
Okay, where are you from, Sabri?
Cyprus.
Cyprus? Okay, so maybe you can start by answering in Cyprus. We use...
In Cyprus, we use mostly cars because we don't really have transportation other than cars. I mean, we have bus and bus stations, but I think it is something that we get used to use in our country.
Okay, thank you for sharing your answer. Anyone else who wants to try answering this question? Do you want me to go and pick names? Nina, do you want to try? What is the most popular means of transportation in your country? Okay. Amreen, do you want to try answering this question?
Yes, ma'am. In our country, most popular means of transport, we use mostly bikes and autos also used in my country. I'm from India, Hyderabad. And nowadays it's being using by through cabs. We transport through cabs, book.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Bikes are very good for environment. I support that too. Hemant, do you want to try? Where are you from and what is the most popular means of transportation in your country? Okay, I think he doesn't want to try. Malak?
Yes, I'm from the UAE, and I think the most popular means of transportation here is car and bus.
And why do you think so?
Because mostly when we transport from one place to another, it's usually within the city. So cars and buses and also taxis are the most fit for our place and for our use.
Okay, thank you. So mostly land transportation, we can say. Thank you then. I'm skipping my next slide. So what are the objectives will be today? So by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to talk about transportation system in your country, just like you tried now. Include transportation vocabulary in your speech. Talk about a mode of transportation you enjoy. And some tips and strategies for IELTS speaking part. So, sometimes the examiners may stop you. Do not worry if the examiner stops you. You will make some errors. That's very normal. Don't worry about them. Instead, correct your mistake if you can and keep on speaking. And always be confident and smile. Okay. So here we have a vocabulary activity. So these 10 words are the most common words that we use while talking about transportation. And transportation is very common topic in IELTS speaking part. So maybe now I can give you a minute. You can look over the words Some of them are adjectives, some of them are nouns and verbs. And on the other side of the screen, you can see the definitions of those words. And I can give you 1 minute. You can... Yes? Any questions? Okay. And you can try to match the words with their definitions. And when you're all ready, after 1 minute, we can start giving the answers, sharing the answers together. So, okay, I'll start hearing from you in 1 minute. All right. If you're ready, let's start sharing our answers, our matchings. And after maybe you give the answer, you can also try using that word in a sentence. So that will help you to remember how to use these words. So for number 1, stuck. Who would like to give the definition of it? I think Subhash just joined our lesson. Thank you for coming. Malak, can we hear from you?
I think it's with H, unable to move or to be moved.
Yes, that's correct. And do you want to use it in a sentence? Do you want to try?
We can say that I was stuck in traffic for 2 hours.
I am stuck in traffic for 2 hours. Thank you. That is a very good sentence. Okay, for number 2, congested. You can raise your hand so I can see that you're ready to answer. Or I can just pick a name. Congested. You can, yeah, just like Emreen, you can write in the chat part too. I can read your answers from there too. Emreen, Fatima, I think, are you using Fatima or Emreen? Which one should I use? Okay. Okay, maybe the word congested. Yes, Sabri?
Crowded, flow traffic.
That is correct. Do you want to use it in a sentence?
Sure. The congested streets of Cyprus are frustrating me.
That is a very good one. Thank you very much. Okay, for number 3, rush hour. Maybe you remember that phrase from a movie, rush hour. As I said, you can write in the chat too. Malak?
A, the time usually twice a day when the roads are full of traffic.
That's I, ma'am. It's I think.
I? Happening or doing something at the arranged or correct time, not late, do you think? Actually, Malak's answer was correct. It's A. The time usually twice a day when the roads are full of traffic and the trains are crowded because of people are traveling to or from work. They're rushing. So that's the rush hour. Malak, do you want to use it in a sentence?
I'm afraid I can't put it in a sentence. I just know the meaning.
Okay, maybe like you can just say the rush hours in your city. Where the rush hours in your city.
Yes, the rush hour is usually in the morning from like 7 a.m. till 8 a.m. And then the second rush hour is from 5 p.m. till 6 p.m.
Okay, thank you. It's very similar to rush hours in Turkey too. Thank you for your answer. Okay, for number 4, traffic jam. Traffic jam. Sudip, we never heard from you. Do you want to try? Or any other volunteers? Subash, Nina? Full of traffic, do you think? We said that answer for congested. I think it's J. Sudip says, yes. Traffic jam is a long line of vehicles on a road that cannot move or that can only move very slowly. Sudip, do you want to try using it in a sentence? If you don't want, you can just say no in the chat part so I can, or, oh, you have microphone problem. Okay then, okay. So you're just following the lesson for now. All right. So anyone else who wants to try using traffic jam in a sentence? Nina? Fatima? Malak again? Okay, maybe we can skip so you can have your sentences in your mind. Okay, number 4. Yeah, I hear Fatima speaking.
Yes, while I go for office work, there will be a traffic jam at evening.
At evening. Thank you for your answer. Okay, number 5, convenient. Any answers? Yes, Nina?
I think it's letter D.
That is correct. Useful, easy, or quick to do, not causing problems. We can use convenient for different topics too, but it's also used in transportation concept too. So can you try using it in a sentence?
The most convenient way to travel to the city is by bus.
Okay, very good. The most convenient thing. Thank you very much. So number 6, take bus, take subway, take taxi. Number 6. I see Malak is writing E in the chat. Yes, that is the correct one. Thank you, Fatima, too. To use a form of transport, a road, a path, etc., to go to a place. So anyone else, like we use that verb a lot while talking about transportation. I take subway to go to somewhere kind of thing. So it's very easy to use and very common to use. Hello, Rohini. We're working on our vocabulary and we are now talking about number 6, take bus, subway, taxi. So anyone who wants to try using it in a sentence? Actually, I kind of gave the example. Yes, Malak?
We could say he always takes the bus to go to work.
Very good, thank you. Okay, number 7, commute. Commute. Nina gave the answer F. That is correct. To make the same journey regularly between work and home. So we can use commute as a verb. So you can say, I commute work every day. You can say it's 2 hours of a commute. So you can use it as a noun too. So you can try using it in a sentence. Rohini, you just joined our lesson. Do you want to try using the word commute in a sentence?
Here and there.
Mhm.
Commute.
Yes. It means to make the same journey regularly between work and home. So how do you get to work? How do you get home after work? So I can give that answer maybe. Every morning I have 1 hour of commute to get to work. I can say. Okay, number 8, fair. Who can give the answer? I hear lots of C's in the chat part. That is correct. The money that you pay to travel by bus, plane, taxi, etc. And maybe, I don't know, who wants to try using it? Tudip has microphone problem. Fatima or Nina, do you want to try using it in a sentence? Or Malak? Rohini, you can share your answer too. The plane fare is expensive as compared to other means of transportation.
While I reach the destination, I give fare.
Very good. Yes, that's another example too. So we have 2 examples. Thank you. Number 9, punctual. We didn't have many options left. Punctual, it's about time. Yes. Happening or doing something at the arranged or correct time, not late. The letter I. So being punctual. Nina, you were the first one writing in the chat part. Do you want to try using it in a sentence?
Being punctual is very important at his work.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, number 10, affordable. We have only 1 letter left. Affordable. G. Yes, I see the answers in the chat part. Thank you. So, Rohini, we didn't hear from you. Do you want to try? Affordable. It's cheap enough that people can afford to pay it or buy it. So what can be affordable when we talk about transportation?
In my country, if the bike is suitable, we can afford it or buy it, afford to pay it.
Very good. In my country, bikes are very affordable. We can afford buying it. Very good. Thank you very much for your answers. We completed this part. So now we have only 6 sentences. You already made great sentences. So now let's fill in the blanks with these words we just talked about. Let's look at them shortly. So number 1, the wheels were in the mud. Stuck in the mud. Thank you. German subways are always they are never late. They are always punctual. They are never late. Very good. I usually the subway while I'm going to work. You can write your answers in the chat part. Thank you. I usually take the subway while I'm going to work. We offer quality products at, it's about money, affordable prices. Very good. A bicycle is often more than a car in town. We just talked about it. I think Fatima gave the answer. Convenient. Yes, a bicycle is often more convenient than a car in towns. She commutes. Yes, don't forget to add that little s in the end. She commutes from Oxford to London every day. So as I said, you can see commute as a noun and as a verb, and you can also use it in your speaking part just like that. So let's speak a little bit. We are done with vocabulary. So now we'll have some discussion questions. I want everyone to answer those questions one by one, please. So I want to hear from everyone. I know Sudip has microphone problem. Maybe he or she, I don't know how to call you, can write the answer in the chat part. So, do you often use public transport? And I want to hear from Malak first.
It depends on where I'm going. So usually if I'm going to meet my friends, I'll use a taxi to go there, or my dad will give me a car lift, or a bus if my mother allows me to.
Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Sabri, do you want to answer that question? Do you often use public transport?
Yep, thank you. In my country, people don't use public transportation because it is not really integrated in our transportation system. Therefore, they prepare mostly to use their own private cars. Yep.
Okay. How about you? Do you often use public transportation? Unlike other people?
Sorry, you are asking to me or?
Yes, Sabri, I'm asking one more question.
When I was living in Turkey, I used to use public transportation a lot because it is the main way of transportation. So, and it was affordable, and I used it to commute to work. So yeah, I used to use public transportation, but not now.
Not now in Cyprus. Okay, thank you. Nina, do you often use public transport?
Yes, in my country, I utilize public transportation because it provides a cheaper way to commute within the city.
Thank you for your answer. Fatima, do you often use public transport?
No, ma'am, I have not used the public transport
Why?
because I have not get that much situation to use that public transport. Mostly, I go to bike or a car.
Thank you for your answer. Rohini, do you often use public transport?
Though I have my own vehicle, but I use public transportation because it is easy to go anywhere, especially in the crowded area.
Okay. So we can even say it's very convenient to use, right?
Yes, it is convenient for me.
Okay, that's very nice. Okay, let's move on our next question. Sabri already answered that one. Do people in your country usually use public transportation, Malak?
Yes, I think the bus system in our country, there's a specific schedule for the times where the bus goes from one place to another. So it's very convenient for people to use the bus because they know the specific time, and it fits into the other people's schedules also. So bus, I think, is the most popular public transportation, and I think in another city in my country also they use the metro system, but in the city where I live, they don't have metro.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Nina, do people in your country usually use public transportation?
Well, from my observation, the people from my country often use public transportation because it's more convenient, cheaper, and safer. Although sometimes they might encounter problems such as getting stuck on the traffic.
during rush hours? Yes, okay. Fatima?
Yes, ma'am. In my country, people usually use public transportation like bus and metro. So nowadays, like mostly metro is used by the public for
Okay,
transportation.
for clarification, thank you. Sudip, we can't hear from you, but you can try giving those answers by yourself too. Rohini?
According to me, in my country, mostly in metropolitan cities, people are using their own car. But in small city like mine, people are mostly dependent on public transportation, like a bus and a taxi.
Mhm. Okay, thank you very much. So, lastly, how could the transportation system be improved in your country? So maybe you may need to think about this question a little bit to come up with some solutions and ideas. Okay. Malak, if you're ready, can we hear from you? How could the transportation system be improved in your country? If there's traffic jam, if the prices are not affordable, if the roads are not safe, you can come up with different ideas like my country may build more roads, or they can help people choosing more convenient means of transport like bicycles or motorbikes. You can come up with ideas like that, or you can say the country can offer more affordable fare for public transport. The gas prices can be decreased. So these can be some ideas to support your point. And I know it's a little bit like it's a question that you may need to think about it. So whoever feels ready can start answering this question actually. Anyone feeling ready? Anyone having any ideas? Nina?
I think that the government in my country should first implement or improve the transportation system by widening the roads and adding more underpasses or overpasses to reduce the congestion in metropolitan areas.
That's such a great answer. Thank you, Nina. Malak, do you have an answer?
Yes, I had a few ideas. First one is to add like a metro system, because like I said before, the metro system is going to like improve the transportation system uh, in my city. It will improve the overall, how we go from one place to another. And if they added like a train that connects different cities to each other, I think that will also improve transportation. Also, they might add like side tracks in the main road for bicycles, so that people who have bicycles, they'll feel more safe when they are riding their bicycles on the road, because usually there's a safety concern while riding your bicycle on a busy road with cars. And then I think there's an idea that I think it's far-fetched, but then if they think about it more seriously, it might become a reality, is like having an air taxi. if they add air taxis, then maybe we won't have to, transport only on land. Maybe we'll have to transport on air, and then it will relieve congestion a lot.
Yes, these are very great thoughts and very innovative thoughts. Thank you. Fatima, do you have any answer for that question?
Well, it's when it comes to me, I believe that the transportation should be more affordable, and first of all, what I should say, they should become the roads and streets should be clear. When it will not be clear, the vehicles and all buses or autos or taxis will be stuck in traffic. So it should be clear, and they should not done by the breaking rules and regulations of roads.
Mhm.
And the street should be clear. Or while they use the bus, the more vehicles and cars will be stuck on next road, opposition of road while using it. And so at last the petrol the petrol price is rising. So petrol rising should be also decrease. It will be more convenient for transportation.
Okay. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am?
Are you done speaking?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much for your answers. And Rohini, lastly, can we hear from you? Oh, we have Sabri too. Rohini, let's first hear from you.
Okay, according to me, depends upon the country's government. They should be give more emphasis on the proper regulations which should be applied, and the public should be followed those rules and regulations, and roads should be proper for transportation, and more emphasis should be given on the self-discipline. Public should be self-disciplined.
Okay. Thank you. And Sabri, do you have an answer for that question?
Yep. I think our government can introduce more buses for the busy areas, so we can have a chance to use public transportation in an affordable way during rush hours, so we can have more time for ourselves instead of spending time in the traffic, because I don't like traffic that much. So yeah, I think there are ways that we can improve our transportation system.
Okay. Thank you for all of your valuable answers and ideas. And I have two more questions for you. Like, think of your normal day, your personal life. How much do you spend traveling on a normal day? For example, I spend almost 1.5 hours during the day while commuting to work. And how much time do you spend traveling on a normal day? Let's change our order. Rohini, let's start from you. You were always the last.
Normally, I am not very used to for traveling, but whenever I used to go for traveling, I used to spend my time mostly 1 hour. I used to go for traveling
You were used to
because
spending.
I am not very fond of traveling.
Mhm. Okay, thank you. Fatima?
Well, I not spend much time in traveling. While if I travel mostly, so I spend normally to 30 to 1 hour.
Okay, that's reasonable. Thank you. Nina?
I probably spend about an hour and a half traveling to and from work.
Okay. Sabri?
Since I'm working from home at the moment, I don't really travel a lot, but if I were to travel, it will be around half an hour or 45 minutes. Should I answer for the second one too, or?
If you want to combine your answers, yes, you can combine your
Yeah,
answers.
I can answer. So, what do I do? Well, I usually listen to a music while I'm traveling, since I believe it makes time to go easier for me. So yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, before Sabri, I didn't tell you that you can combine your answers, but if you feel like you can answer both of them, yes, you can do that. Malak?
Yes. Well, usually, I don't commute a lot on in my normal day. Like, my school is right in front of my house, so I usually have to walk like two steps to go to school. So I don't usually like use a car or a bus or anything. But if I'm going to, going out to have some fun with my friends or something, I usually spend around 30 minutes commuting.
Okay.
And
30 minutes or 13 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay.
Yes, half an hour. And usually, what I do while I'm traveling, if the journey is longer, like longer than 30 minutes, I'd usually have like a book in my hands that I'd read, or I'd listen to some music.
Okay, thank you. Rohini, what do you do while you're traveling?
When I used to travel, I used to like watching sceneries, sight sceneries. Then I used to read books and listening music and talking.
Talking on the phone?
Talking on the phone or with my friends or my sister with whom I am traveling.
All right, thank you. Fatima, what do you do while you're traveling?
While if you travel, like it's depend on situation. If it is the location, it is so far. So be it going through to like eating snacks or listening music.
All right.
If you are together like with siblings, we can play also like some short games in phone or something else.
All
We
right.
can have fun with siblings too.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Nina?
For me, I usually listen to the radio or to a music, or I listen to the news to find out what is happening in the world.
All right. Okay, thank you for all of your answers. So, now we're gonna try speaking like as if we're in real exam, in speaking part. So I'll give you 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to speak. Okay? So these are the words that you can integrate in your speaking all the time. So please, in your speaking, describe a method of transport that you enjoy using. You should say what it is, when and how often do you use it, why you use it, and why do you enjoy it. And I have, like, should I give that example now? Maybe I should. I have a little example here. Can everybody see me? Yeah. I have a little example here. So this is the example text that you can think of. Maybe you can get some clues. So you'll be describing a method of transport that you enjoy using. Let me set my timer for 1 minute. And then we can start getting ready. Any questions before we start? preparing our texts. No questions? All right, let's start getting ready. Okay. Can I increase the size of screen? After I'm sharing like full screen, maybe you can do it on your device. You can say maximize, like on the top you will see 3 dots, and when you click on 3 dots you can see maximize, and you can increase the size of the screen. Did that help you, Rohini? Okay. Maybe you can share the questions here for us. In the chat part, you mean? Yes. Okay. So let me write again. It's not possible in my thing. If I stop sharing. If I stop sharing for a little, I can copy and paste everything here. So do you need another 1 minute? Do you need another minute to get ready so that you can see the questions? Or whoever is ready can start. If you feel ready, you can raise your hand and I can give you a word. Like in tips and strategies, always be confident and smile while talking. Yes, Sabri, we can hear from you.
Thank you. One of my favorite ways of transportation is a bike, because when I used it while I was living in UK to commute from my home to my school, to my university, and I was using it every day, at least twice a day. The reason I really like riding a bike is I enjoy not being stuck in the traffic, and I enjoy the warm weather that crashed to my face. I really like it. Yeah, so riding a bike is really, really enjoyable for me. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any other ready ones? You can raise your hand from the React part. Yes, Malak, we can hear from you.
Okay. So my favorite method of transportation is the airplane. Um, what the reason why I like it so much is that you don't have to get stuck in traffic. You have nothing to do with traffic in a plane. And I use it like once or twice a year when I'm going for my summer vacation in my home country. Um, the reason why I love it so much is when I'm in the plane, the scenery that I see is magnificent. You can see the clouds and the amazing the sea and then the overall vibes in the airport. It gives me it's immaculate, and going to the airport itself and feeling that I'm leaving this country and going to another country. It's very freeing. The feeling is amazing. One thing I also like about using the plane is the service they provide there. It's usually amazing, and they give us delicious meals. Thank you.
Thank you. It's over 1 minute. Thank you very much. Any other one who is feeling ready to start? Everybody will speak, you know that. Fatima, Nina, Rohini. Okay, Fatima, let's hear from you.
Yes. Well, ma'am. Actually, I enjoy bike transport while using in my locality, and it will be not stuck in traffic or two. We can move easily in traffic too, and we can go easily and comfortably through bike transportation. I often use this transportation for long journey also, and for going to picnics or for college. So bike is beneficial for me, and it's more convenient. We can be sit, relax, and we can stay for hours too. Moreover, it is also affordable while going for car transportation or through air transportation. So I think so it's also affordable, and we can reach our destination before it is too late so easily. Bike transport is.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Fatima. It's 1 minute of answers of speaking. Thank you. All right. Nina, are you ready? Or did she leave? No, she's here. Nina, let's hear from you.
The most common method that I use of public transportation is by train because it is more convenient, and I usually use it every day going from my home and to my work. And it I use it and enjoy it because it offers me a great sense of comfort and safety, and at the same time it offers an affordable price, and the seats are more spacious than buses, and I can also enjoy the spectacular view of the oceans while traveling.
Okay, are you done? Thank you, Nina. Rohini?
According to me, I like both type of transportation, vehicle, bike, and as well as car too. But mostly I like car because by car I can go with my family and my sister, especially with. And I like the journey with my traveling with my sister very much. So we both enjoyed very much together, and I like to watch sightseeing and means talking with her by car journey, and it is very convenient for me too by car, and I enjoyed it because I used to go with my family and my sister.
Good. Thank you.
without any.
Yes, are you done? I think
It's
you're
okay.
done. Yes, thank you very much. Okay. I see Hadar is with us. Do you also have a speech for us? Hadar, can you, like, maybe I'm not calling you properly? Are you here? Do you want to give us a speech? Yes? Are we having a microphone problem, or you don't want to speak? All right. We can't hear you, Hadar. So I'll be skipping that part. Maybe if we can fix that problem, I will be happy to hear from you too. Okay. So as I said in the beginning, I'll be giving some idioms and phrasal verbs to use in your speech about transportation. Packed, cramped, etc., like sardines. It's an idiom. Maybe you know the sardines in cans. So it means like that. Pressed tightly together in a way that is uncomfortable or pleasant. We were packed in like sardines. I like that fish, but I don't want to be in that situation, of course. Get on something. To go onto a bus, train, aircraft, or boat. I think we got on the wrong bus. Get off. The opposite of get on. To leave a place, usually in order to start a journey. Oh, it's not the opposite, I'm sorry. So it's like starting the journey. If you can get off by 7 o'clock, the roads will be clearer. And lastly, we have a quote of the day from Paulo Coelho. Our life is a constant journey from birth to death. The landscape changes, the people change, our needs change, but the train keeps moving. Life is the train, not the station. So, what do you think about this quote, or do you think life is always changing? Maybe you can choose one of those questions, or you can combine these questions together because we're almost in the end of our session. I know you're tired. So you can give me some short answers about the quote of the day. Who feels ready? Yes, Sabri.
I think this quote is really nice. It gives us a hope to proceed further. And as it says at the end of the quote, life is the train, not the station. We should enjoy the ride, not the stations, not the stops. So yeah, I really like it.
Okay, thank you. Nina, do you want to share your opinion about quote of the day? What do you think about this quote? Okay, maybe Nina is not ready. Fatima, do you have any opinion?
Well, life is always changing, constantly changing, and we should enjoy the he said, we should enjoy the ride, and we should not stop our journey, or we should not stop our life. We should enjoy every moment of our life, and well, it will be stop and down, up and down will be there in our lives. So we have to move on. We have to try it best in our lives. We should not stop. We have to go through.
I agree with you. Thank you. Malak, Do you have any opinion about this code?
Yes, I think it's a correct code, like 100%. It describes like life like perfectly because life is always changing from the time our mothers gave birth to us till now. All the things in our lives have changed because everything is a variable, nothing is a constant in life. So we have to enjoy every moment.
Thank you. Rohini?
Yeah, this is a very beautiful thought that it shows life is not a stoppable. It is name changing. It should be changed and should be going on and on.
Thank
Cannot
you.
be stopped in any station. It cannot be stopped in any station.
Yeah, we cannot.
So it should be going on.
True. Thank you. Nina, do you want to try? Because we couldn't hear from you. Okay, maybe she's not available or she doesn't want to speak. Hadar, shall we try for one last time? We couldn't hear from you last time. Okay. I think here she's not gonna speak. Okay. So we'll keep having our live sessions about speaking parts of IELTS exam. So thank you for joining today's session. But before you go, I want to show you our library part in Clasital Classroom. So on the left section, you can see the library. So for speaking, you can listen to our podcast and get some more information about the speaking part. And there is always like practice part, but for now we have only reading and reading and listening practice. Yes, reading and listening practice for now. So you can play over these sections and you can practice, you can learn more. So before we go, do you have any? Yes, and our YouTube channel is in the chat part, it's shared. You can follow our YouTube channel too. So before you go, do you have any feedback for us, for Clasital, for today's session? If you want to share anything, we'll be very happy to hear from you.
Can I ask you for something?
Sure. I hope I
Excuse me. The PowerPoint, the idioms and phrasal verbs slide. Could you go back to that one for a second?
Sure. Here?
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to have a look at them because I was writing them down.
Sure. Please, you can take notes, of course.
Okay.
Thank you, Rohini, for your feedback. Thank you, Sabri, for your feedback.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining today, Malak.
The session was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. When is the next lesson? We'll be working on it. We'll be working on our schedule, so you can follow the calendar and the website and see when is the next lesson. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Malak, when you're ready, I can turn it off.
Okay, thank you. I'm finished.
You're finished.
Yes.
Okay. I hope I can finish. All right. Goodbye, everybody.